AG47 Fantasy, welcome. New England Patriots hosting the Green Bay Packers from Foxborough this Thursday. We're going to talk about the side. Got an amazing, huge edge this Thursday night. And I'm going to talk about DraftKings Daily Preseason Football, the players I like for it within that game. If you're not playing on DraftKings, go ahead, click the link below. Awesome site. New England Patriots come to this game as a 3-point home favorite with the over-under set in at 37.5. Yesterday on Monday, the New England Patriots released quarterback Matt Flynn, signing former Arizona Cardinal quarterback Ryan Lindley, who was probably the worst quarterback who played last year in the NFL. So now the depth chart for the Patriots has only 3 quarterbacks, and with Lindley added to the team, it's going to be probably almost no chance he's hardly going to play. He might get the last 5-6 minutes of the game, but I don't expect much out of him at all. Tom Brady might get the first series, but he might not play at all, which then leaves Garoppolo, who I have high expectations for. I think he's a phenom. I followed the preseason last year. I'm a huge preseason nut, but he played outstanding last year, so I'm going to expect the same thing from him this year, playing probably the whole game. And because he's playing the whole game, that should give the Patriots a massive edge where they should be favored by more than 7 points. And because they're only favored by 3, that makes it a tremendous edge to take the New England Patriots. That's the only reason, or the big reason right there. I'm going to take the Pats. Now, as far as daily fantasy is concerned, Jimmy Garoppolo, come on. He's a must-play. I've already talked about it. That play is even stronger now that he's probably going to play 3 or 4 quarters of this game. He's scored a touchdown in every appearance that he's ever had. That's 5 appearances going back to the start of last year's preseason. He's never thrown an interception yet in any NFL competitive game. The guy is amazing. We're going to see the 80s all over again. It used to be Joe Montana and Steve Young. Well, enter Tom Brady and Garoppolo. Interesting controversy that should be brewing, because I think Garoppolo is going to dominate the first few weeks of the season. Okay, now that we got that covered, let's talk about some fantasy players outside of Garoppolo. What I'm doing on my league is I'm going to play a receiver on New England that I think will get some plays, because I think the Patriots are going to have like over 250, 300 yards passing. I got to get receivers of the Patriots in. And the guys that I think that are going to get the most snaps are Brandon Gibson and Aaron Dobson. I got 2 lineups, so I'm going to put Gibson in one lineup and Dobson in the other. I've had a hard time finding tight ends to play for this week. And Scott Chandler, who used to play for the Buffalo Bills, is now in the Patriots. I wouldn't be surprised if he plays into the second quarter. And I'm going to put him in as my tight end as well. I'm not excited about playing him because I just haven't found anyone that I love. So he's the best one on the board. I'm going to put him in my lineup. Now there's one player on the Green Bay Packers that I really, really like, and I'm going to put him in my lineup as well. He's a rookie wide receiver. His name is Ty Montgomery. This guy has been nothing but impressive so far throughout this training camp. He's been making great plays. He's been understanding the playbook, which is what's really important, other than making great plays being important as well. So I think he's going to stand out for them, as he'll probably play the second and third quarters of the game. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets 6 or 7 targets. Hopefully he can catch 5 or so of them, maybe get in the end zone for a touchdown, their only touchdown, and I'll put him in my lineup. Now I think he's going to have a difficult time getting a lot of playing time this year when you consider that they've already got 3 amazing receivers in Jordy Nelson, who's not going to really play much this game, as well as Randall Cobb, same thing. And then you got the Devontae Adams, who's an interesting play, but I still think he's going to be a lot more limited compared to what Ty Montgomery is going to be this game. But as far as your fantasy drafts, Devontae Adams, he's huge on my sleeper list for guys that I'm going to be targeting. But we're talking about this Thursday's game. Lay the points on the New England Patriots. Jimmy Garoppolo, Ty Montgomery. Those are your two amazing plays, but if you want some more, as I've stated, I'm going to be playing Scott Chandler, and in my two leagues that I've got, Gibson in one, Dobson in the other. Thank you for tuning in.